Hello everyone. Today we'll go going to talk about the FDA Form 483. This is the inspectional observation form. So first we'll see the what is the FDA Form 483. So this FDA Form 483 is the document which is issued by the US FDA at the end of the inspection when the investigator observes conditions that may be violate the regulatory requirement under the Federal Food, Drug and Cosmetic Act, that is FDC Act. So whenever the FDA conducts any inspection and if they observe any deficiency, discrepancies, in those cases, FDA issue this Form 483. And it is the list of the inspectional observation that indicate the potential problem that in how the product is manufactured, processed, packed, or held. And these observations are recorded when the investigator believe that the condition could cause a product to become adulterated or the harmful to the health. So the next question is like when is the FDA Form 483 is issued? First case could be at the conclusion of the FDA inspection if they observe any discrepancies, or when the investigator observe the objectionable condition, let's say, and when this condition may indicate the regulatory violations. Then the form is presented and discussed with the company management during the inspection closeout meeting. If the company or sponsor is able to uh, resolve all those queries, then in that case, FDA may re-inspect and close out that. So at that time, we call it as this close out of that FDA Form 483. Then what is the purpose of this FDA Form 483? The first, the primary purpose is to inform the company management of the inspection finding. So whatever the finding that have been come, all those finding will going to be mentioned in that form, and so that the company can take the corrective action. FDA encourage the companies to review the observation, then submit the written response, and finally implement the CAPA in order to correct those. Now moving to the important characteristics of the FDA Form 483. The first one, it's not the final determination. As in this FDA Form 483, this does not mean that the companies officially violated the law. It's only list of observations which are made during the inspection. So the FDA later evaluate the inspection findings and establish a inspector record, and then evidence are collected during the inspection and the company's response. So based on the evaluation, the agency decide whether the regulatory action is necessary. So issuing of this form, FDA Form 483, that does not directly mean that a particular company is violating law, because these are just observation. Whenever they this after the inspection, whenever they come up with any observation, they simply put it into the FDA Form 483 and convey this observation to the sponsor. Then sponsor has a scope to work on those observation and fix those. And again, FDA carried out re-inspection. And if in case the sponsor able to fix all the observation, then FDA proceed with the closeout. Next one we have this important characteristics we are seeing. Then the second characteristic, it's not a complete list of all the problems. So FDA clarifies in that form, like it's not all the inclusive of list of deviations, and this only include the observation which are seen during the inspection. And there may still be an other issues not listed in a form. So whatever the observation that the FDA came across during the inspection are only enlisted into your form 483, And this does not mean that all the observation are catch into that Form 483. Then the observation are explained to the management. At the end of inspection, each observation is read and explained, and the management can ask the question or clarify the finding. This ensures that the company is fully understand what are the concerns. So what happens after Form 483? After issuing the Form 483, FDA evaluates the several elements. The first element that they evaluate is the Establishment Inspection Record, EIR, then the inspection evidence, and the company's response to the Form 483. The agency then decides the appropriate regulatory action to protect the public health. The possible outcome could be no further action if they have resolved all those observations, warning later if those discrepancies still persist, and import alert, or this may lead to the regulatory enforcement. So what are the key takeaways? FDA Form 483 is equals to the inspectional observation, and it's issued at the end of the FDA inspection, and it is the list of potential regulatory concerns. And it's obviously not a final violation determination. Companies are encouraged to respond and correct the issues quickly. So this is all about the FDA Form 483.